Hi all, this is Nina from 2 Plus 2 Tutoring. I'm located in Taunton, Massachusetts at 71 Main Street. And today I wanted to go over some of the frequently asked questions that I get about old math versus new math. So I just want to note that some districts or schools or sometimes even the teachers require a certain method of math to be shown. Most of the time it is the curriculum that sets up the problem in a certain way. Others only really require that the student shows their work. And I always agree with that, especially when working on homework. And doing different types of projects for school. I think that it's always really best to get a good chance at getting the problem correct, but also just to receive full credit and to show better knowledge and understanding of certain concepts. So it's been a little while since I've used Screencastify. I want to make sure that my camera is on and it looks nice and good. So I think I'll get started here. Please excuse any technical interruptions. I'm just going to do my best to explain everything. So the first one I want to start off with here is Ooh, what? Girl, why is my pen not writing? What in the world? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's happening. Maybe we could try to use another tool. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Okay, anyway, so, okay. Now I got it. So we're going over multiplication here, and this is the standard algorithm. It's called rote memorization, kind of just like learning how to just do the process. So in this way, you line up your digits and you multiply row by row, and then you add up your products. So in this case, if we have 829 times 11, we do 9 times 1. I'm sorry, excuse me. 1 times 9, 1 times 2, 1 times 8, and we're writing down those answers here. Whoa, there we go, answers here. And then what we do is we skip to this spot. I always tell students drop down to here. So we're putting a 0. Sometimes when I make it fun, I say you can put a little heart or a little smiley face. Okay, that was terrible, but yeah, you get what the idea is. So now we do 1 times 9, 1 times 2, 1 times 8, and we write that again here. And then that very last step of adding up the products, we're doing that down here at the bottom to get our answer. When I'm doing this process with students, a lot of them have never seen it before, and it's the first time that they've done anything like this. So they just haven't learned this in school. A lot of my students that go to private schools or have parents that teach them at home have seen this or do know how to do this, or they've luckily had a teacher that has kind of stepped in and taught this to them, regardless of what the curriculum states. And so I just moved my screen down just because on my computer, my face was covering this. So I just want to Oh, there I go. Oh, I fixed it. All right. Well, like I said, you guys just have to bear with me a little bit. So anyway, so now we're going to go over multiplication, the new math or the Common Core. It's just kind of like understanding mathematical concepts. And that's really the point of this. A lot of people ask, well, why do we even do this? I think it's to kind of have a deeper understanding of number sense and algebraic thinking. So the first step for me is always set up the box. And I think students really appreciate when I do that for them, because sometimes drawing the box is the hardest part, believe it or not. The next step is to split the numbers up, the numbers that are being multiplied, split them up by place value. So let's say we had 34. We're going to split that into 30 and 4. And same thing, 13, we're going to split that into 10 and 3. So right here already we're thinking about mathematical concepts with place value. Now that we have those split up a little bit, we're going to focus on actual multiplication now, which is multiplying each place value. And we get to write our answers in the box here. So 10 times 30 is 300, and that's what goes there. Sometimes students will get confused here, and they will forget, okay, well, what do I multiply 3 times? Do I multiply times the 10, times the 30, times the 4? And that's when I take their finger and I physically have them point at 3 times 30, or I bring out one of those standard multiplication charts, just so that they feel a little bit more comfortable with what's happening. So we have 30 times 3 is 90. Then we move over here, 10, again, dragging that idea over here, times 4 is 40, and then 3 times 4 is 12. The last step is to add up the products, which is very convenient. That is the same thing over here. The last step is to always add up the products. Sometimes I find students have a tough time remembering how to line them up, since they're not necessarily lined up like they are in this way with each place value already being lined up. So sometimes I'll have students writing, 300, and then they'll go to write 40 like this, and they start to make some mistakes, and their place value is a little bit off. So sometimes I do find that this method can kind of just instill some of those mathematical concepts that I was discussing before as they go place value by place value. Now, I do believe I am getting a little bit long in this video, and I don't want to drag out too much. So if this video is pretty successful, the next thing I will do is go over division, and this one is a pretty hot topic. This is called Big 7 in the new math way, and it's just the regular dividing into this little house, and we call it divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So I'll go over the differences in those if this video is successful, and then after that I have a couple of other topics that I'd love to review as well. All right, thank you so much for watching and listening, and again, I apologize for some of the technological inconveniences. As soon as I started recording, I remember that I have this little light that I could be shining on me too, and just like some other things that I probably could have done to make it a little bit better. So I do apologize for that, but next time I will try to make the quality a little bit better, and I hope you enjoy this video. And I know it sounds so silly, but it does help if you like it, and subscribe, leave me a comment, repost it on Facebook or TikTok or wherever you found it. It just kind of helps me know that these videos are actually helpful for my community, and maybe if it's reached your community where you live a little bit further away. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And it's right before the 4th of July, so happy 4th of July.